Hello and welcome to another episode of the Crimson Podcast, episode 4, The Return of Jeremy Cremer. Now, funny thing about this episode, like last time, we had some technical difficulties that wasn't fun for anybody. And well, that being said, we just did it over again. This way, no one has to hear us finding out there's issues. So, before the episode starts, just a recap. Jeremy Cremer is a songwriter, a painter, a guy of many talents, and band leader of Wormhead. In this episode, we will be touching on the recent show Wormhead played and what's coming next. I was at the show. You could say I had a really good time. And if anyone's interested, the full-length version of our first try at this episode will be available down the line. Anyway, that's enough of me. Let's listen to me and Jeremy Cremer on the return of Jeremy Cremer. Thanks. And we're going to do this again, starting right now. New episode.
There we go.
Jeremy Cremer. Hey,
Boom.
man. Dude, so Wormhead, the band I'm in, you know what I mean.
I think so.
Yeah, we finally did a show in Petaluma, California.
Finally.
Like, what, 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago? Yeah.
Does it feel that long? That's interesting.
Yeah. It feels that long. That's why I'm asking if it's been that long.
Something like that.
Okay. It's last month. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Cool. Yeah, that feels like it last month.
Yep.
I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was a good show.
We didn't pack the place, but I thought we had an effective amount of people. It seemed like they enjoyed it.
It's a big place to pack.
Yeah.
But there was a good,
Yeah.
there's people there.
I thought it was a good amount of people for me personally. I've not played a live show in like 3 years.
Yeah.
So I felt good about that.
Yeah, Sam Vega showed up. Shout out to Melissa and Pat and the Baker sisters in general. Just thank you for coming and supporting us. And it's always a treat when they come out. And all the other bands were really fun to play with.
Yeah.
And there's a really team spirit kind of vibe backstage,
Yeah, everyone was kind of just in a really good mood.
Yeah, the guy in
Trying to figure
Cindo
it
was
out.
like, "Are you guys pumped?
Yeah.
Are you ready?"
It's like, now I am, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, those guys are, Cinda, you guys are really cool. I'd like to play with them again.
Yes.
They seem like good guys, and I think they have a lot of heart. And
yeah.
what was I gonna say? Yeah, it was a good time. And what comes to mind with you on that show? But also, right before I forget, your friends that showed up, they are they they're in a band that
Sam
maybe-
Vega. They're from St. Helena. They
Okay.
have a lot of shows that they do down there, and they're
did
all
you see
painting.
us playing with them? Or?
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
All right. Maybe. Yeah. Let's try to get that going then.
We played with them before at the Phoenix.
Gotcha.
And yeah, they're really good artists and just
On the
really
previous
supportive.
lineup. Yeah.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
previous lineup. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. There's so much history in that place. So many bands have played there. I invite anyone who's listening to go check out the Phoenix Theater's Instagram, their website, or just like search for them on Google or YouTube. You'll find just all these acts that have played there. The place was covered inside in graffiti. The parking lot side was totally covered in graffiti. It was pretty unique, actually.
We got a lot of footage that hasn't come out yet, that was like really fun to just film, kind of like the behind the scenes stuff of like setting up, and we got so much of that footage, and it shows like the whole upstairs area, and it's all graffitied out, and everything looks really cool.
Nice. Yeah, and you know, the stuff that is out there online, the footage is pretty good. A lot of it was edited by you, so yeah, I suggest anyone who's interested to go check out the footage of us playing in the Phoenix Theater in Petaluma.
Yeah, it's nice to have that footage.
Yeah, to show everybody. Yeah, like I was saying not too long ago, like I don't have much footage of me playing drums, so there's like members of my family and people who ask about that and just never seen me, or is totally surprised I even do that. But yeah, so yeah, we got our first show out of the way. We have another show coming up that we were rehearsing for today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have a show on the 24th of September at the Shaughnekeys Pub up in Willits.
Yeah.
And we're going to be doing an acoustic set, all acoustic set. So I think it's going to be special, and it's going to sound nice.
Yeah, we're going to try to play for at least an hour and a half. So if any of you are going to be there, just buy a lot of drinks, because that's how we're going to get paid. But we're doing it for the music.
And hopefully we're planning to
buy alcohol. It's good. Sorry.
Plan to book a lot more shows after that too. You know, back to full live sounding electric type shows. And I'd like to, you know, book some stuff that's out of California. You know, there's a lot of people that I know that listen to Wormhead that I think would like to see us, and I'd like to get out there to, you know, play for them and stuff.
Yeah. If there's any bands out there that have something, a show they want to do, you know, just approach us. We're easy to talk to, and we'll see if it's doable for us, you know. Yeah, with that show in Willits, I know that bar, it's small, but it's cool. It's kind of down an alleyway. It's very popular there.
Yeah, it's kind of a cool little secret spot, or not secret, but it's interesting.
Right, yeah, like, it's kind of an adventure to go down in there, and like it's secluded in the way of, it's in the middle of the city, but you gotta know it's there. And
Willits is a really cute little town.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've only been there once, and that was at that bar. I was a roadie for a band called Root Rot, and they played a show in there. I didn't get to see them play because I was watching the gear they couldn't use, because it's such a small venue. They had to figure out how to fit in there.
Right.
But for acoustic shows, it seems like it's a great place. And later that night, I got to see another band play, and then eventually the whole crowd had a bunch of crowd members had instruments, and we all played together.
Oh, that's fun.
And everyone was into it. It was really something else.
That's nice. Yeah, when we played at the Phoenix Theater, it was nice to kind of just have that gig come up and then have like all this momentum, and for that to be like the first place to play at, you know, in like a while, you know, years. And so that was really nice. And it's interesting because it's like most of the songs that we played were new songs. Mm-hmm. So we played Bloodlines, which is off of Help, but a lot of the songs are new songs, and that's always kind of interesting. It's kind of strange, but it's exciting at the same time, because you want people to hear the new stuff that you've got. But it's also kind of weird because the album's not out yet.
Sure.
And we did that with Help as well. We played a lot of the songs off of that for like a year while I was working on it, and it's kind of a weird feeling, but it's nice to be able to play the music. But I also want people to hear the studio versions and stuff.
Yeah, and the more people that find out and hear those songs, there's this kind of omnious what I'm trying to say is what you're trying to say, that someone who just like actually may listen to the band will listen to these new songs that they don't even know the title to, and kind of, you know, that's where they start in figuring out what the heck is going on. You know, the next step is like, oh, okay, these are songs I've never heard, or like, oh, these are new songs. Is the new album coming out yet?
Right.
Are they testing these out? This is kind of cool. It's kind of a treat in a way.
Yeah.
You know, I like that you as you were writing the songs that were on Help, you just mentioned you played a bunch of times before as you were writing them. So that kind of tests the songs out in that way.
That's true.
In this case, the songs are done.
Yeah, mostly
recording and everything. So I feel it's super beneficial to the band to actually play those live as we approach releasing that album.
Yeah.
You know, so it's that way later down the line we can play a bulk of that stuff.
I agree.
You know,
and also kind of with this lineup, it makes sense because you know, having Aaron on bass, you know, and he plays a lot of heavy stuff, you know, in his side projects and other bands, and so it kind of makes
and all that.
Yeah, it kind of makes sense to play some of the newer songs because the newer music is like some of the heaviest stuff I've done. So
yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, we were trying. Yeah, like Jeremy said, there's on the set list for the Phoenix show. There's only like 2 songs from the other 2 albums,
right?
And it was interesting to try to figure out what songs to fit into this set.
Yeah,
to complement the new heavier songs, because like they're very different.
Yeah,
from the older stuff in the terms of they're heavier, and so it's got to be like the right balance.
That's a good point, and because it's kind of fulfilling as like an artist to have something that you did like years ago that you finished, and now you're like I'm done with Help. You know, it's like I moved on, so now it's cool to be able to like play this new heavy music, but still have like throw in Bloodlines or throw in the other song.
Truth.
Oh, The Truth. Off the first album.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool to have like the older songs fit into what you're doing now. I don't know. To me, that's just really cool whenever it flows.
Sure.
And it flowed very well at the show, I thought.
Yeah, I thought it fit.
Yeah.
The 2 older songs. Yeah, so I'm excited for the Wilts show on the 24th, and yeah, I'm totally am. I'm happy to play live again.
Yeah, me too.
And to actually be in the band.
Yeah,
it's good to have something to do. Like, you went to a Gary Newman show. You were telling me a bit about it, how he played some songs that they didn't play last time, and they played that one that you really love. Yeah, well,
he's on tour right now, promoting his Intruder album, and so he played a handful of songs from that, which he did last time when I saw him at Mystic Theater in Petaluma a few months back in April. But I just saw him again, and he played at Bimbo's in in San Francisco. I like the name of that. It's Bimbo's.
That makes you laugh, huh?
Yeah. Okay. It was cool though.
Fisherman's Wharf, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, in that area, it was like a building that you wouldn't think that there'd be a venue in. It's kind of it's not the biggest building, but it's a decent size. And then you go in, and everything's kind of themed like a 1920s ballroom kind of. It's like Shining, you know, it's like The Shining kind of, in a cool way. And the ceiling's kind of low.
Way, yeah.
But everything's all fancy, and if you go into the bathroom, there's someone that will like help you wash your hands and stuff.
Right. Put his hands on your hands. Yeah, I like that.
I mean, he'll like give you some soap and like pour it in your hands.
All right.
Like, oh, thank you. And then when you get done washing it, he has like a tray of like napkins and like, here you are, sir.
Right. You said you had like mint chocolates that you stole.
Oh, yeah. He had mint, like a bowl of mint candies, and I didn't grab them the first time, but then I went and like waited. I found my spot, you know, in the crowd, like in the front row at the Gary Newman show. And then I was like, you know what? Can you guys hold my spot? I need to go back and get something. Went back into the bathroom and grabbed like some peppermint little candies.
Heck yeah.
That was important.
Heck yeah. Oh man, I bet he has stories. The bathroom attendant.
Oh yeah, I bet.
I don't know.
The highlight.
That's interesting. Yeah.
The show was great, good, but the highlight was getting to talk to Dave, the sound guy, again. Because I talked to him before in Petaluma, and he was really sweet. And I wasn't expecting that. You know, I didn't know what to expect, but it was just cool to like see, like, I don't know, just in the guitarist too, Steve. I got to talk to him again this time, and he was really nice. And I don't know, it's just, I'm always like, that's cool whenever you can find like musicians that are actually like on tour and doing like what I want to do, but they're nice, you know, because I'm always worried that they're going to be like jerks or something. But
or you
like,
just don't sync up with them in conversation. Yeah, it's kind of a surprise when, you know, even in normal life, human beings, sometimes it's funny who doesn't click, and so to speak.
Yeah.
And yeah, well, that's cool. Was the sound guy also English?
No.
Wow.
No.
Oh, anyway, that blows my mind. All right. Yeah. Yeah. You make me curious, and maybe I'll catch Newman one of these days. I want to go see Stained on the 15th in Corning.
Oh,
and,
okay.
yeah, that should be fun.
Is that at a festival?
It's at a casino.
Oh, okay, right.
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. I'll look into it. I don't know if I'm going to do that, but I want to. So yeah, I mean, we got some stuff in the works besides the next show. We're trying to find some other shows. We might do a Halloween show if everything works out.
Yeah.
I'm really hoping for that.
Yeah, with our friend ZZ Lurk, potentially.
Yeah. I might dress up as Chucky.
Nice.
Are you gonna go as something, or
I might. I almost dressed up at the Phoenix show. But I ended up not wanting to. It always depends, like right before I go on, I'm like, am I feeling like,
sure,
you know, doing something crazy? But not crazy, but I don't know, I just yeah, I like dressing up, but I never want it to be like gimmicky, like in relation to like my music and stuff.
Distracting.
Yeah.
Also, yeah.
I just want it to be like something that kind of fits the music and not something ridiculous or something.
Right. I mean, like we were talking about earlier, I think it's probably, you know, keep it easy for yourself. You know, that first show, I try to keep it as simple as I could.
Yeah,
you know,
right.
I wish I had a roadie.
This episode of the Crimson Podcast is brought to you by Alchemic Audio. What is Alchemic Audio? It's an audio recording service that comes to you. Are you a musician that hates to travel to record? Alchemic Audio may be what you want. Operating within Northern California, owner and operating engineer Aaron Moore will travel. Are you in a band, solo act, on a limited budget? Well, Alchemic Audio will abide. Demos, singles, and albums, it's all within your grasp. Search for Alchemic Audio on Facebook, Instagram, and SoundCloud for pricing and sample recordings. Links to Alchemic Audio and Aaron Moore will be in the descriptions below. Now let's get back to the podcast. Thanks.
That way I could have gone around and got more footage, because I was just worried about my stuff and making sure I was setting up
Right.
and everything, and just watching, making sure. Because I've never even been to Petaluma. It doesn't matter if it's a nice place.
Okay.
Someone always messes with your shit,
Sure.
so to speak. So I mean that, and just because I was the first one in that room where it was graffitied out with all the stickers, and the band loads up, and
Yeah.
and chills and everything. I was the first one in there. Opened it up actually when everyone else started showing up. So I was like, oh, okay, all my stuff's here. No one else is. So I kind of just went went moment to moment.
Right.
So yeah, tried to keep it simple though. Just had my stuff and
Same.
wanted just to go to work.
I meant to get there a lot earlier, but after like packing everything up, I think I got there around 4, and yeah, but I meant to get there earlier, and I kind of did want to dress up a little bit, but then I found my purple Levitate dress shirt that I wore in the Levitate video. I had lost it for a while, and I was like wondering what should I wear, and then I found that in the closet, and I was like, oh, I should wear this. It's kind of fitting, because it's like it's like the video is what I last left off on for the for Wormhead, so it's kind of fitting to like wear that. Not that anybody would really notice that, but just for myself.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, we didn't talk about it too much, the band. We pretty much just wore what we wore in the band photo shot, the shots we took.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Here at my house, I literally wore the exact same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Neutral colors.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a good time for sure. So many bands played there. Anyway, I suggest whoever's listening to go check out some info of the Phoenix Theater and go see a show there. Yeah, King Gizzard played the other week. I don't know if you know who they are, but
I've heard of that. Yeah.
Yeah, they packed that place.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's like right after us too.
Oh, cool.
Like weekend up, something like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. Did you eat before you went on stage?
Yes, I did. But it was hours before.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
It was like a good 2 hours or 3 hours.
Yeah, right on.
What about you?
I had breakfast and I didn't eat till about I left. So like midnight.
What was it like before you went on, and then when you went on? Like, was the anticipation kind of building? And
yeah, but in a positive way. I made sure to best of my ability to get rid of worry. Like I brought some stuff to exercise with. I had a snack, but it was super light because I don't know. I wanted to go on stage hungry. I wanted to try that kind of outlook because some people do that. Some performers do that. They'll go on stage hungry, and it's because some throw up. So the idea is, okay, you don't want anything in your stomach, or
Oh, I see.
Some people have hormone imbalances. So if you eat and then you have a bunch of worry and anxiety, it really gets you feeling weird. But like my cousin was there and we had a cool crowd, I think. So like there was a healthy amount of anticipation for me. I don't look out into the crowd as much as I can.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I get too concentrated on them. Like I just went on there and said, okay, just play, and just like do that. And then
I feel
if I get moments of seeing people's reactions, cool. But I'm not like looking for it because I got to do this other thing first.
You're focused.
Yeah, I have to be, or I won't be able to do anything else.
That's a funny thing. Yeah, I feel that too. I almost feel like I'm being rude by not looking at the crowd, because they're so nice. Like, and everybody there was so sweet to clap after each song and like, woo!
Yeah.
I was then I would look, and be like, I'd say thank you, but not,
Yeah, the whole time that's not necessary.
Yeah,
we got
definitely when we're playing.
Yeah,
definitely when we're playing, I was more focused on listening and the fact that I couldn't hear my voice through my monitors, but mostly just focusing on Aaron and Jonah and listening to where we're all at in the song and trying to remember what I'm doing and stuff like that. That's a funny point.
People looking on to the stage can't always tell where your eye contact is. So if that kind of helps in the way that, they'll see you looking around, but it's hard to tell what, looking at because we've got a job to do. And like, again, that was the first time I was on a riser playing drums. So like the lighting was different. Like I can only really see whoever was like closest to the stage, like the closest. Otherwise it's all black.
Right.
Past that, like it was really easy not to look at the crowd.
You got hit by those lights more than us, I think, because we were up closer to the stage.
Well, there were points where it shined right in my eye. That might have been different for you guys, just because of where I was at. Yeah. And I had my glasses on, so it's just it wasn't. It was only moments, but it was kind of like, oh god, like, oh fuck, where am I in the song?
Right.
Yeah. So it's just something that happens. I mean, it probably looked better for the crowd, so I'll sacrifice that.
Yeah.
Good times. This album's getting close to getting done. Or how many songs you thinking?
Somewhere in the 30s for the amount of total songs and ideas, but it's gonna get narrowed down to 2 discs, so it's gonna be 20 something, I think. Just the songs that absolutely fit and are appropriate to telling the story and everything.
Okay.
But yeah.
And you still want to get some music videos out before we put the album out?
Oh yeah, all that good stuff.
Okay, so
yeah, I have the most ideas I think for this album than like anything I've done. Like I'm just really excited about this one, and because like all the songs, like as I'm writing them, I'm getting like all these visuals and ideas, and you know how important like visuals are for me for when I'm writing, and like music video ideas are coming up too, and so yeah, I can't wait to shoot that, especially coming off of Levitate, the last video I did, because I actually got to direct that one totally by myself, and so I really feel like that one was like actually all of me, you know. So I feel like I'm kind of, Levitate's kind of like a beginning of things to come, because I was able to completely do that by myself. So that one's really my style, and so I'm excited to keep making videos and stuff, because I feel like it's just gonna, like music, it'll just expand and things like that. But yeah,
I love that video. We were talking earlier how that was all done in house in one place in one room pretty much, and then you superimpose some footage of the sky.
Oh yeah, the video. Yeah.
Levitate video, yeah. And a lot of people like that one. And like you're saying, it's a good template. You know, that's a good, like, you've got to top that. And you know, top it in a way of,
no, yeah,
you know, it's in its own place, you know.
Yeah. True.
That what you're describing to me is that topped everything else you did before.
That's kind of why I made it a single, because I felt like, okay, this could either be the start of a new album, which it sort of is in a way, because that's when I started writing the new music, was right after I wrote Levitate, but it also kind of felt singular, like just by itself. So I just decided to make that as a single, and I feel like it's good, you know, on its own. It's in its own world, and I'm really happy that we got to do a vinyl for that. We used B Vinyl records from they're from Switzerland, yes. Yeah. And the guy's name, I'm so sorry, I think it's Dave, but he was really helpful. If you guys check him out, they have all kinds of strange, cool vinyls. Like they have postcards that has like a vinyl song.
Yeah, some of them have multiple songs on there.
Yeah, like what the heck? That's so cool.
Yeah, you guys can check B Vinyl out on his Instagram or his website, B Vinyl, BEEVINYL, and there's bvinyl.com. Yeah, we were looking at some of the photos earlier, and there's one that's a saw blade. That's just a single. It's cool. Black. Yeah. And there's translucent ones. There's hearts.
Be like a heart.
Yeah,
like vinyl shaped like a heart.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. And you were saying the whole process to get the Levitate vinyl was like 3 months.
Yeah, it's roughly around 3 months to get it, like, get the ball rolling and get it shipped. And
yeah, that's really good these days for vinyl.
Yeah.
Some weights are longer.
I wanted to make it special too, because like I believe he does the mastering too, to master it to vinyl. But I also did the I mixed everything totally different for the actual single. And so if you do get the vinyl for the single Levitate, there's even a sticker that kind of explains what the whole process was that I did for the mixing. Basically, I just took out a lot of the effects and kind of brought it back to like the bare bones of like the guitar sound, you know, brought the echo down on stuff and made it sound closer so that you'd get like the most non-generic sounds from it. You know what I mean? So,
yeah, you described it as kind of just as close as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not too crazy.
So I'd like to do a vinyl for the next album as well. And I'm planning on doing something special with that. And same thing with the booklet. And because it's a 2-disc kind of thing. And with the whole narrative kind of going along on the album, I think it kind of calls for it. So I'm excited for that.
Okay. Where could people find the Levitate single?
On bandcamp.com.
Okay. The vinyl, the actual hard copy.
Yeah.
And
Wormhead. Bandcamp.
Gotcha. And people can people can contact you, right, if they want to get that?
Yeah.
Yeah, if it works for them, just contact you directly. Okay.
Yeah, they can contact me if they're interested in purchasing any of those. My friend Caitlin got, I believe, 2 vinyls of that single, and one was for her and one was for a friend, so like a gift. That was really sweet. And then my other friend got 3, kept one, and then gave the other 2 as gifts, and that was really cool. And yeah, so just reach out to me if you're interested.
All right, everyone heard that, I think. All right, so they can get that on there. Yeah, I'm stoked to play more shows.
Me too.
And yeah, it's gonna be good. We discussed some concepts for the next music video and all that. You got some footage that you want to do in Fort Bragg, and you want to set up some sets in some different places. Which hey, Jesse Johnson, if you can hear me, I love you. Let me know if we can make anything happen. We're pretty serious about getting that warehouse. If not, just let me know, bud. Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, lots of just trying to get a hold of some people to see if there's some buildings we can use for cool stuff. And
yeah, that and timing is just the hardest parts.
Sure.
The least fun parts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because filming's pretty hard.
It's so funny because it's like all that stuff takes the most time, and but then when it comes down to editing, it's so nice just to have everything that you wanted just there, to play with. And then because it's like when you're painting or when you're making music or when you're drawing, it's so instant satisfaction, and then making like videos different.
Yeah,
you get that satisfaction process when you actually have all the footage and get to sit down and edit it. Then you're like, wow, okay, this does look really cool. And yeah,
so it's a longer process is what you're saying.
Yeah,
okay,
can be.
Yeah, because some folks take a while for their painting to be done.
For sure.
Yeah,
I have a few that's like they're years old, but
some are never finished.
Yeah, some are never finished.
Yep. What's somewhere in San Francisco that you really, something you've noticed lately that you really enjoy, or a location or etc.? What's something that comes to mind? Place you recommend, a nice park?
I feel like I don't really, I can't really, because I don't know that much about the city, honestly. It's funny, like I live there, but I've only explored so much. I think it's nice to go into the downtown area where it's like the busiest places. There's some cool photo opportunities I see there, like when you're passing by like an alleyway and there's like a flight of stairs that just go up forever, like the Joker flight of stairs, or something like that. The beach is pretty there. The bridge, the Bay Bridge, it's kind of cool to be like underneath that and like see the stuff that's underneath that. And
yeah, that place is just endless with locations to explore.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I also find myself drawn to places like St. Helena and Calistoga when I drive up here. It's I don't know, it's just pretty, and lots of vineyards and fancy buildings and galleries.
Old money.
I'm kind of a sucker for that.
Yeah, some of the architecture there, like when we went and saw The Matrix 4, which was an experience.
Yeah,
that drive there and back was cool because I never really spent time there. There's some old buildings, there's some very impressive houses.
Yeah,
it's a unique place.
You mentioned lots of money, right?
Yeah, old money.
Yeah.
Because that place has been there a while, for sure.
Totally.
There was that map store we saw walking around St. Helena.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they had a map there. And, it's just there. And it's like $30,000. And it was a map of the continental U.S. when they thought California was an island. It's based off how explorers came to California. Because they went up
Baja California, and and etc. So it kind of seemed apparently like an island. That's old, and it was $30,000. It was just right there in the window.
Yeah,
just right there. I just thought that was awesome, and there was other stuff in there.
And there's something about walking around in that place that's like, it feels like I'm not allowed to be there. Like I could never afford to live there, but it's fun. So that's why it's fun for me to like walk around.
It's its own place for sure. Like I don't want to. I didn't get the feeling we were being watched, but like it was more of a feeling like, okay, this seems secured in terms of, all right, everybody seems to have no worry at all. People walk down the street by themselves.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah, totally.
And you can walk down these alleys that are, lit, semi-lit, dark, whatever. Totally normal.
Totally.
And
I do it all the time.
Compact,
Yeah.
Everything's super close to each other.
It's nice.
It's just very cool little town.
Yeah.
I'm wanting to go there again, actually.
Yeah, let's
eventually.
do it.
Yeah.
It'll be fun.
All right. How do we wrap this up?
Cool.
Anything that comes to mind before we go?
Just thank you to everybody that came to the Phoenix show and everybody that supports Wormhead in general. You guys know it really means a lot to me, and it's just it's a strange but really humbling feeling, and you know who you are, and thank you so much for coming to the Phoenix show, and thank you for all your support.
Nice. Shout out to Jacob Boyd. Love you, buddy. All right. Thanks. And stay happy and healthy. Bye-bye. Bye.